here are three systems that actually make your partners do work. So, Change Curve AI closed 2 enterprise deals in 14 days from a partner program that didn't exist 60 days earlier. You probably already tried partnerships. Maybe you hired someone, gave them 6 months, they signed a bunch of partners, did some webinars, and talked about building the ecosystem. And they're not inherently wrong. But then you ask the question that matters. As a business owner, as a founder, as a head of sales, how much revenue? And you got excuses. So you cut the budget, or you're about to, or you're just not prioritizing. Here's what nobody told you. Partnerships and that ecosystem is not the problem. They're doing most of it right. The way everyone builds partnership programs is broken in today's day and age. So here's some of the data that you need to see to kind of validate my point. 91% of companies forecast 10% plus revenue from their partners, yet only 35% hit 75% of their goals. So only 35% hit 7.5% of revenue. And most of the top companies are honestly hitting 30, 40% of total revenue. And some companies have gone fully channel driven. 80% says partnerships is number one growth priority, but 48% of partnership leaders are at risk. An average partnership program timeline is typically 6 to 12 months to see results. And to some aspect, it's true, right? The bigger results, the fruits of your labor will come 6 to 12 months, but it does not mean you can't generate revenue now. Average partnership program outcome is zero attributable revenue because they just don't have the systems in place to back it up. The gap isn't talent. It's not the market fit. It's systems. So in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you the three systems that turn partnerships from a cost center into a revenue engine. So 3 systems framework, obviously, you can tell ChatGPT help me kind of format everything out, my brain out. System 1, partner selection activation engine. Stop funding 6 months of enablement for partners who will never close you a deal, right? There's no need to have 20 billion different partners. System 2, cross-functional alignment machine. Make your sales team work partner deals instead of treating them like distractions or expecting them to just close them automatically. And System 3, operations attribution engine. Know exactly which partners drive revenue and which one burn your budget. So these 3 systems are what took Change Curve from 0 to measurable pipeline in 14 days and closed deals. And this is the exact same system I used to generate over 1.5 million revenue as an independent sales rep at Checkpoint Software, which is a channel-driven organization. If you want to see where your own partner program is at, and 1.5 million, 1.7 years, should add to that timeline. If you want to see where your own partner program is at, I've included a partner diagnostic scorecard where you can evaluate your own program, how to drive more revenue immediately. If you look in the description at the top, it should be there. My intention is to provide value, so if you are looking to take your partner program to the next level and really scale to reduce your cost to acquire customers, increase lifetime value per customer, and also just increase your valuation. There's so many benefits of the partnership program that I just feel like are not really prioritized because it's hard. We can work together to scale your partner program. So, why you should keep on watching the forcing function. But here's the part that determines whether you should invest another dollar in partnerships. There's one forcing function in System 2 that makes partnerships either your highest ROI growth channel or your most expensive science experiment. And it's not about your partnership person working harder. It's not about finding quote unquote better partners. It's about whether your sales, marketing, product teams have partnerships in their compensation and goals. So the reality check with us is without this kind of forcing function, partnership person spends 80% of the time begging sales to care or begging partners to care. Sales team actively works partner deals with this working function. Partner deals sit in the pipeline untouched. Average deal size is unchanged. Partnership equals basically a master cost center. And then, with this forcing function, actively work the partner deals. Partners are actively bringing you deals. Deals cost 30%, close 30% faster. Average ACVs are 40% higher. Partnerships equals a revenue multiplier. Instead of 1-to-1, it's 1-to-many. And the amount of leverage you have is just indescribable, I'll tell you. So by the end of the video, you'll know exactly how to structure this and whether partnerships should serve to place in your GTM strategy at all. So let's start with the way that you've been told to build partnerships is designed to fail. If you tried partnerships before and have failed, this isn't your fault. You're missing the systems. 48% of partnership leaders are at risk of losing a job. Only 35% hit 75% of their goals. And here's the kicker. 73% of companies generate 25% of their revenue for partnerships with 5 people or less. The difference, 3 specific systems, as I mentioned. So the problem, right? Most partnership programs fail because they're missing one of the 3 critical systems, as we mentioned. And let me be direct. if you're doing 6 month enablement programs, if your sales team doesn't have partner revenue goals in their quota, you can, if you can't track which partner source which deal, you don't have a partner program. You have a hobby. So here's what actually happens. You sit on partners, they sit out for months, sales ignore them because they're not forcing function. Marketing runs one webinar, nobody tracks your attribution. 6 months later, you burn cash credibility. The fix, the systems. So let's dive into the systems. System one, partner selection activation engine. The 3C scorecard and how to pick your winners. Most companies pick partners based on gut feeling of, or who replies to their email. That's just wrong. Use a 3C scorecard, score every potential partner from 0 to 10 on the 3 criteria. So capacity, right? Do they have the headcount bandwidth to sell for you? Team size, existing workload, sales capacity, capability. Can they actually close deals in your target market? And we'll explain how you can do that later. But expertise, customer relationships, proven track record, commitment. Will they prioritize your partnership? Right? If you go to a major organization, they're not going to prioritize you more likely than not, unless you have a groundbreaking solution. If you go to someone at your level, maybe a little below, who's willing to hustle, then you know they're going to prioritize you. And can they actually close deal in your target market? Do they serve the same customer? Capacity, I mean, that's more of a kind of give or take on the deal, but like, are they able to handle your kind of organization, your own product on part of their sales process? Realistically, there really isn't much capacity to be had if you play your cards correctly. So foundation, do they share the same customer, same economic buyer? And if not, stop. It will be 10 times harder than it needs to be. Like, I'll personally remember like selling to people who either sold our competitors or would essentially be like the major players who would serve everyone, right? And they weren't really concerned about ICP. They weren't really concerned about customers' business outcomes. And that really hurt me because I didn't really kind of mesh together, and I wasn't really providing a good solution to my end customer. I didn't give them a reason to care. And I was just stuck, door to door. So what I had done was just partner with some people who had the same customer, same business outcome they're looking for, and combine solutions. So minimum threshold 7.0 only. If a partner scores below 7.0, they're not worth your time, period. So this is a quick 14-day activation sprint to get your partner program going. So forget the 6-month enablement programs for now. They don't work because partners forget everything and lose momentum. Right? You want to get fast wins, just like your customer, right? As soon as you're onboarding, you want those fast wins so they reduce churn. Here's the new model: 14 days from signature to first closed deals. Day 1 through 7, onboarding call, product demo, ideal customer profile, deal registration process. Then provide 3 to 5 qualified leads for your existing pipeline to kickstart their motion. Right, the concept of reciprocity, where you give and then eventually you're going to get back. And joint prospecting, right? If they serve the same ICP, obviously depending on what kind of partner you have, is it more strategic? Then of course you might do joint prospecting. If not, it's affiliates. Then you can create leadership programs, leaderboard programs, or incentives, or webinars, whatever it may be, to start guiding them to kind of pitch more, or use ad creatives or whatnot. The whole world it's very nuanced and creative, which is why I suggest people to really like actually dive in. But once you dive in, that secret sauce is just unbeatable. So 8 through 14, first deal in active pipeline by day 10. Joint sales calls on those deals, days 11 to 13. And then obviously deal close, assuming you have a very, very fast sales cycle. If you don't have a fast sales cycle, this might obviously vary, but the end of the goal is essentially just something in motion, right? Partners seek revenue immediately. They're motivated. They learn by doing, not by watching slide decks, right? And they got 20 billion different vendors coming at them. Change Grove AI closed 2 deals in the first 14 days. It's the exact same sprint, right? We actually just targeted the end partners, and they brought us deals because the solution was good, but we spoke to their business outcome. We spoke to, hey, how can we help you better serve your customer? And from there, 2 closed deals. So quality over quantity, you need, if this is work, depending on your situation, right? But you need 3 to 5 great strategic partners, not 30 mediocre ones. And nuance, if affiliates are your best partner type match, obviously you're only going to know based on those customer interviews, based on talking with those customers, being like, hey, like, what's your business outcome? Who do you work with? Blah blah blah. And then use your recruitment process. Use your existing customers to identify potential partners. Ask who else do you work with. Personalized outreach to partner CEOs. Spell out the business case, shared customers, revenue opportunity, competitive advantage, executive involvement. Your CEO should be involved in a strategic partner recruitment, especially in the $1 to $10 million range, which is particularly people who I help with, because you are not big enough to where you can offload it completely. but you might have someone already in place, but that CEO, that founder relationship creates that extra incentive and the authority to be like, hey, we're serious about this partnership. We want to keep on going. So if you embed partner identification to your sales and CS teams workflows, have them ask every customer, do you work with any partner? What kind of partners do you work with? And you'll build pre-validated partners who already work with your, target accounts. System 2, cross-functional alignment machine. This is where 90% of partnership programs die. Sales does not care, right? Marketing does one webinar. Product won't build integrations. Partners feel kind of ignored. And to fix 4 layers that create forcing functions. This is non-negotiable. Partners fail when they're optional. They succeed when they're required. So percent quota must come from partner source or partner influence deals. Creates urgency to work with partners, right? Because you want your sales team to have leverage. They don't want to be constantly stuck selling one-to-one direct. They would rather, even though you lose a little bit of margin, in the long term, would you rather get like 80% of 100K or let's say 60% of 500K, right? So you really, really have to think of what you want to accomplish here and what are your long-term strategy goals. And generate X MQLs for partner co-marketing, right? Hold them accountable. I really believe in KPIs for every single forcing function because then it creates incentive to actual urgency to deliver. And I think 1 through 10, that is one of the biggest swamps to get out of until then you can start scaling. And make partners a pipeline source, not just an afterthought. Show partners you're serious about technical engagement. So example targets, obviously it'll be nuanced to your particular situation, but have a thought about these frameworks. Without this, everything else fails. Sales will always deprioritize partners if they can't hit quota without them. Weekly or bi-weekly, 15-minute go-to-market syncs. Every Monday, every other Monday, same time, no exceptions. Obviously, you might have like a affiliate program where it's like, hey, every 2 weeks, let's meet. What are the top problems? Almost like a webinar call. Obviously, it's very nuanced, but speaking more towards strategic partners. Activate partner deals, quick status on the top 10 opportunities, blockers, escalations, what's stuck, who needs help, and this week's priority, what moves forward this week, right? And this can work for even consultants too. Like, hey, I'm working on breaking into this person, or I have this person on inbound. I'm going through the deal process. Like, okay, how can we help you close this deal? If you offer a solution, we can give an incentive. Like, hey, we're gonna help you target this business outcome. So who attends? Sales leader, marketing leader, partner leader. That's it, right? And obviously it can be nuanced based on different departments. My Monday set priorities for the week. I prefer to have my Monday calls like that. I don't think anyone likes taking outbound calls, especially salespeople. So, Monday, get things done, prioritize for the week, and let's get going. Set priorities for the week, make partners visible. If it's not discussed in the Monday sync, it just does not exist, right? You got to keep those rules in place. You got to have a very, very strict structure. So rules of engagement, your sales team needs crystal clear answers to deal registration. First to register wins the deal. No stealing. You do not want a culture where your salespeople are not cutting people out of cutting the partners out because they want to get a little bit of extra margin, which is only going to hurt you in the long term as a founder or head of sales. Sales reps get full commission on partner deals. Comm neutrality is mandatory. You just got to make sure that, hey, like obviously you might have to budget down the commission structure, but you don't want to verbally in the structure be like, hey, we're taking a certain percentage out of your commission because of that. It's just an added on cost you're going to have to incur. Territory, can partners sell anywhere, specific regions only? That's where we start looking at swim lanes, right? If you want to, if you're a company based in the US and you want to break into, India or China, right? You might not have the expertise, or you don't want to hire a full in-house salespeople in China or India. Okay, well, let's work with partners there to get the distribution out there. And then from there, if we notice the market's starting to work, we can actually start diving into that market. So that it's very, very smart and very, very tactical if you're looking to expand into different markets and get distribution versus building in-house where the cost is significantly higher. Just take a little bit off of the top side where you take a little bit of margin out, and then from there you still get your distribution, you get your name out, and you can start actually slowly building from there if that's a market you want to penetrate. Pricing, can partners discount how much, who approves, and lead writing, how fast do partner leads get assigned, right? Same day or fast. You want this done fast. Speed is king, especially 1 through 10. You guys know how everything needs to be done with speed. And if you make this process as simplistic as possible for your internal stakeholders, for your internal employees, it just makes everything so much easier. So if an AE steals a partner deal, slows down a partner lead, you've destroyed that relationship. And these kind of rules prevent this. You want to mitigate risk, essentially. Performance dashboard, you need both leading and lagging indicators visible to everyone. Leading indicators predict future revenue. Partners activated this month. Partner source meetings booked. Active partner opportunities in pipeline. Partner leads response time. right? Speed to lead is one of the biggest keys. I just cannot emphasize it enough. Lagging indicators: partner source revenue closed, partner influence revenue closed, win rate on partner deals versus direct deals, which I've personally attested to. The trust and relationship, that's a whole nother aspect where it's like, if you're trying to break into an account, would you rather have to build that trust over 2 years, or would you rather use a stakeholder? And obviously you can communicate like, hey, I know you have the trust in this relationship. Here's how we can add to your business outcome. You can mitigate that 2 year gap by building a relationship with that partner to get to the end consumer. So you mitigated 2 years of working time to build a relationship to get that deal in the short term. Win rate on partner deals versus direct deals, average deal size, partner versus direct. And if you don't want to have a full software, you can use Google Sheets, or you use CRM software can most likely do it. Like I came from an organization that use Salesforce. Your partner relationship management software, update it weekly, make it visible in Slack. You just want to keep the data really clean, because then that way you can make adjustments based on what system and what department is lagging. So then from there you can optimize. And cross-functional support is required. Every partner type needs specific support from each function. If marketing isn't creating co-branded materials, if your product team isn't giving partners API access, if your finance team isn't handling partner payments, partners will fail, right? You got to treat them like customers and employees in some sense. Customers in the way you court them, employees in the way of making sure the entire process is seamless. There's essentially your end goal, right? System 3, operations attribution engine. Sorry, I scripted this out, but you can't scale, and we're way past the 15 minutes. You can't scale what you can't measure. Most companies can't tell you which partner sourced which deal, and the tech stack costs less than one sales headcount, right? Partner relationship management platform, partner tab, crossbeam, or Reel for account mapping and deal registration, whatever you want to choose. Realistically, it does not matter. Your PRM must sync with the Salesforce or HubSpot or CRM you choose to do, and track first touch, right? Who sourced the deal, and multi-touch, who influenced it. If you want to go purely channel driven, which is an option, it can mitigate that distrust in relationships, which I personally prefer. But if you're not in the stage to do that margin wise, then obviously there might have to be workarounds. Monthly cost 1 to 2K month total. One sales headcount cost, well, we say 120 to 180. It could obviously vary depending on what market you're selling into, and the quality of labor that you have. This tech stack costs 12 to 24K a year and can generate 10 times more pipeline just based on the distribution. And obviously it's dependent based on what kind of partners you have. Is it more strategic? Is it more resellers? Is it more affiliates? Is it more system integrators? Stuff like that. First touch attribution. Whoever brings the deal first gets credit. This determines who gets paid. Simple, clear, no arguments. Again, I prefer channel driven only, but if you're in that aspect, you got to make sure it's very, very concise and clear. Do not make the salespeople. You have to manage relationships with the salespeople and the partners as your faux salespeople. Multi-touch attribution, track everyone who touched the deal. This shows the full customer journey. Important for understanding which partners add value, even if they didn't source the deal. How to implement custom field and CRM, partner sourced, and then custom field and CRM partners involved. Multi-touch. Automated workflow when deal is registered. Fields populate automatically. And weekly report shows partners pipeline by source and influence. So your workflow or deal registration process should look like partner submits a deal via your PRM. Auto syncs to CRM within 15 minutes. Sales rep gets notified same day. Partner manager confirms registration within 24 hours. Rep and partner have joint kickoff call within 48 hours. Right? You want to act with speed. Every hour delay kills partner trust. Fast response equals more deals, because you want them to get those fast wins as soon as they get the instant gratification. The instant gratification is to lead them to constantly want to work more and more. And when we dive into spiffs, I might make a YouTube video about this later. Or if you hop on a call, spiffs are a very, very great way to kind of get that instant gratification of like, hey, we'll pay you X amount of money for helping us close a deal. So there's various different things. So this is great in theory, right? What is the 90-day implementation roadmap? Similar to how I got some of my clients and what I've personally done myself. Your situation might be dependent, very nuanced, because every SaaS platform is different. But week 1, complete customer interviews, identify which partners customers already work with and what partner types they have. Ask specific questions. Build a 3C scorecard. Score 20, 30 potential partners, and then pick top 10. Set up your tech stack. Make sure everything's working internally, and create internal alignment, rules of engagement, Monday sync. You just really, really want to make sure you get through this period as fast as possible. The only thing you realistically can't control externally is the customer interviews, how soon you can get it. And if you're, let's say you're low touch, you're like demo only, you don't really have a sales process in terms of calls, where you built a relationship, but it's more of like a, hey, they subscribe and stuff like that. You might have to do a little bit of workarounds, which we can figure out together. Recruitment and activation, recruit 3 to 5 partners or affiliates, many partners. Just got to make sure the most quality. There's also option of super affiliates as well, which is a whole different YouTube video. Run 14-day activation splits with each partner, provide quality leads to partners from day one, obviously incentivize them, expose them, and join prospecting and co-selling with some partners, more strategic, first deals in pipeline. And then 61 through 90, depending on your sales cycle, if it's really fast, you can close 10 plus deals for partner pipeline. But realistically, you should have, if you do this correctly, 10 plus deals. Because you can leverage their network, they leverage your network, and from there, that rule of reciprocity when you work together and you activate your sales team. Like, hey, we're working with X, Y, and Z. The more case studies you have, it's easier it is to leverage your name and your brand to get more distribution, to get more customers. So you can see how it's starting to work twofold. Track attribution or ROI metrics, run QBR, showing partner performance, use results to get budget increase for tier 2. All right, proven our partner revenue model, 10 plus closed deals, 400K plus pipeline generated. Obviously, it might be a little bit different based on your deal size and what size company you are and stuff like that. But realistically, 10 plus closed deals, this is honestly a minimum depending on what stage you're at and what kind of product you sell. We can obviously it could obviously vary, but realistically, you should get more out of it than not. 3 systems separate successful partnerships from failed ones. The bottom line. Partner selection and activation engines. 3C scorecard, 7.0 plus partners only, 14-day activation sprints. Cross-functional alignment machines, shared OKRs, weekly Monday syncs, rules of engagement, performance dashboards. Operations attribution engine. Tech stack is 1 to 2K per month. First touch and multi-touch attribution, fast deal registration. The cost, less than 1 sales headcount. Even if you had let's say 60, 70K hires, still less than 1. The result, 10 times the ROI. We're not here to replace your partnership program or partnership person. Actually, we prefer to work with someone who already has a partner person in place. It just makes it a little bit easier. However, we can definitely help out if there isn't. 25% of revenue from partners. Honestly, it can be more depending on the way you structure it. If you're channel only, you can make it 100%, and you can obviously scale significantly. And a reveal system that scales. You have everything you need to start building this Monday morning. And realistically, I'm not here to gatekeep information. I am here to gatekeep implementation. So if you want the free resources, I actually have a partner revenue scorecard. Scorecard is to see how your partner program is performing systematically and fast actualized steps to improve. The only 2 spots available for partner system design sprints, where it's 9-day hands-on implementation with weekly coaching, and also we do this with you, not for you. We can do it for you as well, but that is we only keep 1 person for that. So leave a comment. What's your number one partnership challenge? Are you looking to get partner revenue? Are you feeling like, hey, CAC is significantly increasing? You're feeling in-house costs are significantly increasing. You want to get more distribution. You want to make more money. Drop it below with your biggest blocker. But yeah, the choice is yours. You can keep running partnerships like everyone else, hoping for results, waiting 6 months for enablement, wondering why nothing works. Or you can install these systems and start closing deals in 14 days. The system works. The question is, will you use them, will you implement them, and will you use speed? Great. My name is Tan May, and yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. And if you want to check out more information, check out the revenueprotocol.com. More information regarding me and our services. Other than that, though, if you want the free scorecard, which I highly recommend, you kind of evaluate your own program. I think it'd be very helpful if you do so. So yeah.